Hey guys, James here from TCG University, coming back at you with another deck profile. Today we're going to be going over my fourth kind deck from the Heroes Power Rankings, Hero PR Campus Championship we filmed. We're going to be doing my fourth kind deck. He won the bracket, won the entire thing. So we're going to be going over him. I'm going to pick him up to make sure I read every ability correctly, and that way it doesn't get confusing. He's a 5-hand size, 34 vitality character. The fourth card you try to play during your turn, during your combat phase, gets -4 difficulty. If it is an attack, it gets +4 damage as well. Enhance once per game, your turn. If your rival has 6 or more foundations, they commit 4 of them. Response commit after you block with an attack, you can pick it back up. So he's a 5-hander that kind of like holds his attack sometimes, as well as when he goes for a kill, he can commit 4 foundations, which is very, very nice. The +4 damage can be very powerful depending on how you use it. So let's get into the deck. Make sure I figure out where I can place this. Sorry, fuck. I was trying not to sniffle into the mic. I caught something. So we're going over our attacks. We have 4 signature right-hand swings. Basically, this is a discard 2, draw 2. We are only a 5-hander, and when we want to draw attacks, we kind of need to draw attacks. So we're using this to get rid of our non-attacks to try and draw more attacks. It's a very cool leadoff card. Gets us what we need, sets us up. If not, we know what we're building, know how we're going to keep, stuff like that. Next, we're going over Howitzer Impact Cyclone. This is kind of the same deal. This is a very good secondary attack. We always commit 1. We always commit 1 to 3. However it goes, 3 is not always fun, obviously, but we always commit 1. It combos with a Fury. The combo enhances. We get to add a top card of our deck to our momentum, and then for every one of our momentum, we can destroy a foundation, and then for every one of our momentum, we get to draw a card, which is just more cards in fourth kind's hand, which means we get more options to do things, makes signature right hand swing better. A lot of cool options. Just gives us more things to work with. The other good leadoff attack we have that is a very good leadoff attack is Turn to Dust. Turn to Dust is a 4 high for 5 with stun 2 that has the ability to either has 2 abilities with a lot of text. Destroy 1 foundation. Your opponent destroy 1 foundation. You get to destroy 1 foundation committed to this attack stun ability. Your opponent can lose 2 life to cancel that. So not only are you pushing your opponent back to where your build style is, where they have less foundations and you have less foundations, and you always get the advantage of having a -4 on your 4th card. You're also if not burning your opponent for 2, which is sort of like just pushing some damage. The other ability is you lose 2 vitality. Your opponent loses 2 vitality, which is the same thing, pushing damage. But your opponent can destroy foundation to cancel that, which means you can also limit them in building as well. It starts getting very, very good late game, especially when our opponents are down on life. And then the best attack in the deck for his playstyle is Hellflame Cross Punch. Respond after you block with it. You can add it back to your hand at the end of the turn, which means we don't have to waste fourth kind's ability on it, which means we can block with something else to be able to pick it up, and then pick this up at the end of the turn with something else. It's very nice. The other ability is Enhance. We can discard the top 2 cards of our deck. If it has total damage, if it has 8 or more damage, it gets +3 speed, making it a 7 for 8. Fourth kind automatically gives 4 damage on his 4th attack. So when you play this as your 4th card during the turn, it gets the automatic 4 damage, and your first enhance could just be give it 3 speed. It's a very cool attack that if you play as your 4th card is very hard to block. And then the last attack we're playing is for Nitro Explosion Ignition. Basically, this card leaves our card pool, and I wanted to make things a little cheaper. I do like it. I just don't think it fits well with how the deck wanted to play. It might have been better to have something else, but it's a 5/5 for 4 that says respond. Card pool after a Fury attack leaves your card pool. You gain a momentum from the top of your deck, and then enhance from your card pool. You can remove it to then give powerful 2 to something, which is also very nice. It gives us a easy way to use momentum. It just felt kind of lackluster sometimes. But I also don't know if I just ever drew it in the right position, maybe. Onto our foundations. We're playing 2 Natural Leader. We're mainly playing this. It's a 2/5 with a 2 high block, so it has a very nice high block. We're mainly playing it for the first enhance. That is commit to choose a rival foundation, and it can't be played during the attack. This just stops things from You're So Obvious and things like that, just from resetting our stats and just making things easier to block and stuff like that. 4 Latent Skill. We're playing this for the same reason we played the other attack. Flip, discard 2, draw 2. This card just basically says we funnel our hand to try and get better attacks or better cards. Easy. This card didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Encouragement. I wanted it to work well with the ignition. It just didn't. Flip after your unblocked attack. Flip after your unblocked attack resolves. You discard from the card pool. It's a really cool card, but like it never came into working the way I wanted to in this deck. It just became a 2 mid block and a foundation we built. It definitely could have been something else. 2 irrefutable force of nature. So this card is the same reason we played Natural Leader. It just seals off in a foundation we don't want to deal with. Very, very cool card. Has a nice low block on it. 4 agitation. All of our attacks are fury, so after our fury attack is blocked, we get to draw a card. As a 5-hander, drawing cards is nuts. 2 fulfill my duty. Just having the ability to turn off certain attacks so they don't keep adding stats to it or keep doing things and kind of putting us in a bad position is just a very good card. Has a nice 3 high block, but has a 4 check on it. 6 check in the deck. We're playing League Interview. First 4, we can discard the top 2 cards to give plus to our check, which is very good when we don't want to check too bad early in the game. And it also has a 6 check that lets us block, get +2 to a block, get +1 to a block, which is very nice. 4 ice gliding. This not only lets us play defensively by giving neg speed to one and then neg speed possibly to another, but also gives plus speed to one and possibly plus speed to another for our attacks, which is super, super good when we want to push our attacks in. 4, calling for backup. Calling for backup is a 1/5 spam that says flip, draw a card, and if this is not your first attack, you'll discard a card. Basically, if this is not your first enhance. So basically, play an attack and immediately just draw a card, which just allows us to have plus a hand size, more things to work with, stuff like that. All of our attacks are furies, so we're playing Let's Fight Bad Guys. Flip for +2 speed to a fury. Super basic card. 2, in danger. Destroy if this attack's damage is more than your current vitality. It gets -3 speed. Super easy card, just protects us from dying sometimes. And the last card is Interview with Best Genius. Internship with Best Genius. Earth response after you play, you mill a card and your opponent flips the foundation. Not only is this a decent spam, it has a nice 3 mid block, but it can flip things and shorten how much cards our opponent has to work with. So yep, that was my 4th kind deck profile, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what you guys think about this series as a whole. If you have any suggestions, let us know in the comments. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/TCG University. And as always, stay alert.